What's going on, guys? Welcome to Golden Setups. I'm your host, Golden Focus, here with another How I Traded SPX. Today was a banger of a day. Did quite a few, just maybe two SPX trades, one Tesla trade. I'll go over that. Then after that, we'll jump into the next day setups. So without any further ado, let's do it. All right. So looking at this morning, we had a nice little, we opened up and it was really choppy. It was really choppy this morning. Choppy move, controlled choppy move to the upside. Those are my students and those that I mentor and coach know that this right here is whenever we see controlled choppy movement in one direction is very, very signature, especially after a drop. Right here in this case, I was like, man, this looks really weak, you know. And so I even tracked the trend in the pre-market just to see if we were going to move up, and you know, we did get a nice little move up, but we had a hard time getting higher. And there was an SPX gap that we were trying to get. Here's my 1 minute SPX here, and here's the gap. You know, this is the gap that we left this morning. We were trying to get this gap. I was actually like trying to go for the gap, and I got into, you know, a few calls, and once I started seeing that we had a hard time breaking above this point here, I was like, all right, I need to go ahead and chill and just watch. And all this choppy movement is genetically modified bars designed to kill your contracts. So I was not interested in holding any calls with a expectation to fill this gap. We were just way too weak. So anyhow, that was SPX on the 1 minute. That is what I was looking for initially, but I had to be patient, wait for this chop to die out, and then after that we had that break. I did get in at that trend line break. I got in somewhere around here, 12.13. We went ahead and dropped all the way down, made roughly around 209, 93%. I believe I did get in. I did get in a little bit of a aggressive entry, a little bit higher as well, a few contracts up here, and then I got into some more over here, but 293% down here. And I shared that in the free Telegram channel for those of you guys who are in there. Then after that, I tried to set up a free signal for that same channel, but what happened was, as I was setting up the channel, we ended up, as I was setting up the signal, we ended up breaking. And so that's what that sad face there is for. Let's see here, my other SPX trade here was, I was just tracking the trend, and I just noticed how we were rejecting the 20. This is what this yellow line is the 20-day moving average. We were rejecting the 20, and then after that, here we are, new candle opening up, above the trend line, but then after that we couldn't even get back up, and so started moving down. I had to transition to the 1 minute just to see what was going on, and it looked like confirmed weakness to me, so I went ahead and got in at the break. This is the 5 minute that we're looking at. All right, and this was roughly around what's this, 1410, 210. All right, 1410. Went ahead, got into the trade, and rode this thing all the way down to my level. I have a key level right over here. This key level 413.74. All right, I rode it all the way down to there, got out right over there. I actually, most of my contracts there, and then there was just a few of them that I was trying to rage panic, trying to get out because for some reason I couldn't get filled, and so I think I got filled somewhere over here. But nevertheless, that trade was an 830% trade, and I'll go ahead and share that with you here. And here it is. And you guys can see that. I'll go ahead and make that nice and big so you guys can see that. Here it is, 830% here. And this was at 225. You can see up here, right? 225. All right. So anyhow, let's see there. Lots of orders, lots of contracts today. Did good. All right. So anyhow, that's that one. And let's go ahead and jump over to Tesla, show you my Tesla trade for today. All right, and here is my Tesla trade. Those of you guys who are watching the next day setups, I talked about this hourly, this supply zone up here, and a possible rejection. So I did play the supply zone rejection, got in right roughly around here, and it wasn't the cleanest move down, but we did get that move down. It took some time. Right, this is the hourly chart that we're looking at. And so I got in roughly somewhere around here, got out somewhere around the 20, I believe, right around the 20. This is the yellow squiggly line over here, and made roughly around 74%. I was in an SPX play as well, and so you can see over here, this is 1236. All right, and you can see roughly around 74%. I got out somewhere around I believe 75 or 76%, but nevertheless, I had to do a quick screenshot. So that's that. Okay. Hey guys, before we jump into the next day setups, I want to let you guys know about goldensetups.com. This is where I focus on all of my trade mentoring and trade coaching. We got live trading that I do on Fridays. You can just come here to goldensetups.com, click on join live, and you'll be in my free Zoom channel there, my private Zoom channel. We'll also do some one-on-one coaching right here. Feel free to book a session. And also I got some newsletters as well. Those of you guys who want news and updates on future SAW sessions, and these are like educational sessions where I really kind of home in and focus on the different aspects of my trade strategy and just kind of teach them how to do that. Those of you guys who want to know more information about that, just come over to the social here, click on free Telegram, and join the free Telegram channel right there. It's very simple to do, but anyhow, we already did cover the 3 ultra profitable setups that you can double your account with. We went through that already last week. We just did chart the best levels that keep you precise and profitable, and what's coming up soon is winning trend lines and demand zones to keep you uber profitable. So I think you guys get the trend here. But anyhow, feel free to check this out, goldensetups.com, and let's jump into the next day setups. All right, here we go. Next day setups. All right, right now we're looking at ES. All right, are we looking strong or are we looking weak with ES? I would say right now we're looking pretty weak. We got a bit of a break of structure over here, and if the bulls are not able to push this thing up, and if we can't see 4164.25 on the hourly get used as support to the upside, we're possibly gonna be coming all the way back down. We got 4137.50 below us, and we can see definitely a repair structure coming down here, and then after that we have this bright white trend line, which is the top of the wedge. We get back into there, then it's going to be wedge plays all over again. We struggled, you can see here we just kind of chopped on the wedge here. So coming down here, I can definitely see if we are to come down here, I can see something similar where the market's just going to try to figure out what it's going to do. But right now we're below the 9, we're below the 20, we're below the VWAP, we're below the 200-day moving average. I mean, I got to say that we're looking weak on ES. So let's see how that turns out. Let's check out Tesla. All right, Tesla right here. Just like I said yesterday, we had this 1 hour supply zone. Nice little rejection out of this zone. Continuation to the downside. All right, yep. Continuation to the downside, and could we possibly be jumping back into this channel that we broke out of? I think that's a possibility. Tesla has this sense of doing whatever it wants to do. We could see a possible head and shoulders setup that would bring us down back into this channel if we're going to continue to be weak. We're looking at Tesla on the hourly. We're below the 9, below the 20, below the VWAP. All right, but we got the 200-day moving average all the way down here. So what I would be looking for if we're going to continue to be weak, I can see us bouncing off the top of this channel. This would be the first target, first sign of weakness. If we break down below this, I want to see a close on the hourly below 184.37 if we're going to be committing to this channel and continuing to the downside. So we're going to see if that's the case. Otherwise, if we're going to be strong, we're going to be bouncing either off of this channel or somewhere around here to where we're going to be breaking back up. 187.71 is going to be the key level to watch. We use that as support to the upside. We're going to go ahead and try to get back up here and eat up more of these sell orders. So we'll see how that turns out. That's Tesla. Let's check out NVDA. NVIDIA right now, yesterday I talked about it looking potentially strong, if I remember correctly, and this looked like we were flagging to the upside. We could see a break, but no break here whatsoever. Right now you're looking at the fibs, the Fibonacci retracement tool right now, and here we are. We just broke down below the 23% level. Looks like we're headed to the 38% level, and we got a demand zone down here. So the demand zone is from 305.56 all the way down to 304.10. We've been rejecting the 9 on the hourly. We've been barely been able to even reach the 9 on the hourly all day, and so we've been kind of like just kind of chopping in this area. So I can definitely see, like, if we're going to be strong, I can definitely see us moving down, picking up some buyers over here, and then continuing to the upside. But right now I got to say we are looking weak below the 9, below the 20, below the VWAP, which is these dots right here. And but we got the 200-day moving average way down here. So let's see how this plays out. Right now it is looking fairly weak, and that's what I'm seeing. The play that I'm seeing is a move back down into into this supply zone, demand zone, and then and possibly a continuation up if the bears can really push us up. If not, then we're going to be moving down to the 50% fib level. All right, that's NVIDIA. Let's check out an Amazon. Man, you look at got my chart over here looking like Spider-Man was all over it. Let me go ahead and delete this right here. Looks like we got web shooters all over the place. Now, it's very interesting. We talked about quite a while ago. I'm going to go ahead and, as I'm talking, I'm going to go ahead and just organize this, try to stretch out this trend line that I have here. Quite a while ago, I talked about, if we're weak, we're going to be dropping down from trend line to trend line to trend line. And right now, that's what it's looking like. So far, 2 out of 3 trend lines have been dropped to. As far as Amazon's concerned, Amazon, in my opinion, is still looking weak. We tried to get up here. It looks like we hit a supply zone here. This is on the 1 hour. This is a 1 hour supply zone. You guys can see that. We hit that supply zone. We rejected out of that supply zone. And now we're on our way back down. We hit a key level over here, 114.81. These key levels are holding up really strong. Feel free to pause and go ahead and mark them down. But nevertheless, what are we looking at? We're looking weak. I can see us moving down. I want to see us break down below 114.81. I feel even more comfortable if we use that as resistance to push down to the trend line. If we break below this trend line, the next step is going to be the 200-day moving average. But we could possibly be moving right up. We could bounce right off of this trend line to the upside. So that's what I'm watching for. I can't say that it looks strong, but I can definitely say the angle at which we're dropping is not super sharp. And so there is a good possibility that either from 114.81 or this trend line, we may see a bounce here. We do have a demand zone over here, and we do have a demand zone over here that I'm just going to go ahead and drag across. Normally, I go ahead and get rid of this demand zone because we've been eating up orders, but we did react. Somewhere around here and moving all the way up. So if I do happen to get into a put, I do know where I'm going to be getting out here. I'm not going to be holding for eternity. All right, or holding for a long period of time. Let's go ahead and let's see what else we got here. Let's check out Apple. All right, looking at Apple, like I said, Apple is still looking weak. We weren't even able to get up into this supply zone that we drew yesterday for the next day setups. Nice little bear flag. So we had a big run up, we had a big drop, bear flag, and continuation drop. So Apple's looking weak and definitely contributed a lot to SPY, SPX, and ES's drop, being that it's heavily weighted in there. And so anyhow, what do I think? Is SPY strong or weak? Definitely. Look at this. SPY definitely looks weak. We're below the 9, below the 20, below the VWAP, and below the 200-day moving average. Where are we going? Where could we possibly be going? Well, if we break below 170.48, we're talking about a break of structure, and then we could be going definitely a lot lower. I do have a channel that we've been in as far as Apple's concerned. I don't know if we're going to be able to get back into that channel. It's too early to tell, but at the very minimum, I'm going to be watching 170.48 or 170.50. I'm going to be watching to see if we're going to be breaking that, because that's going to be a break of structure, and then we're going to be moving a lot lower. So we're going to wait, watch, and see. Is it strong? I don't know. This is a demand zone inception. This big red box is a daily demand zone, and so a daily supply zone. My apologies, daily supply zone. So us rejecting out of it, not really surprised. One of my really treasured strategies are trend line breaks out of zones, and that's what we're seeing right here. So definitely weak right now. We're going to see if we're going to establish a lower high and then continue up, or if we're going to go ahead and break structure. That's what I'm looking for and watching for Apple. Let's go ahead and check out QQQ. All right, looks like we broke down below this trend line on QQQ. This was one we talked about yesterday. Nice little 3-bar play on the hourly here. Nice little 3-bar play to the downside, opened up, had a hard time getting above the 20 right here. Very, very difficult to get above the 20, as you can see up here. Got a lot of people still reaching out to me here. All right, breaking down below the 20 here, and we just continue to drop. All right, what am I looking at? Is this weak? Yes, of course. Looking at QQQ, this definitely looks weak. Could this change? Yeah, definitely. It could definitely change. But what am I looking for? What am I looking for? I'm looking for a break below 333 for QQQ. I'm looking for a break below that. Let's see if we can use that as resistance, and continue to move down to the 200-day moving average if we're going to continue to be weak. Otherwise, I gotta wait, watch, and see. Right now, I gotta say that QQQ definitely looks weak for tomorrow. What am I paying attention to? Again, I'm paying attention to this where we double bottom here on the hour 333. This is what I'm going to be watching. This is what I would be paying attention to right here tomorrow. Let's see what happens as far as that's concerned. All right, let's see how Microsoft is doing. All right, same thing, Microsoft. We talked about this is the trend line to watch. We did break that today. Not only did we break that, we came down to this trend line right here. Talked about that yesterday. We got that, and we also got another break below that trend line. Now I do have another trend line. Let me go ahead and extend that out. I do believe that should we continue to be weak, this is where we're going. Very interesting how we see the 200-day moving average and this trend line in the same place. A lot of you guys know I am a trend line trader, and I'm a multi-time frame trader, and I look at a lot of different things to be able to make my I guess you could say my predictions, so to speak. But nevertheless, it's nice. God's been kind that a lot of these things have been playing out the way that I've been seeing it. But we're gonna continue to see. I'm not right all the time, so I'm open to being wrong. But so far right now, I gotta say Microsoft is looking weak, and it looks like we're headed down to the next trend line. I can't say that we're strong. We're below the 9, below the 20, below the VWAP. Let's continue to watch, see how that plays out. Let's go ahead and check out Meta, Facebook. All right, Facebook is just chopping. It's just chopping on its way, man. Just chopping up and down. Didn't really do too much. Again, we got a huge gap above us. We got a huge gap below us. Didn't really make too much of a move today. Are we weak or are we strong? I think that's really tough to tell right now, to be honest with you. I'm not sure what's going on with Facebook, but I can definitely say that. So we got this flag break to the upside, and we didn't get it again. And so I would definitely say that there's a good chance that we're going to be breaking down below. We're going to be breaking down even lower. I would be watching this trend line right here. If we have a close below this trend line right here, I would definitely say the next step down is going to be possibly the 200-day moving average. We may be moving down from here. So let's keep an eye out on this trend line right here for Meta. Let's look at US 30. Not much really to report there. US 30 is looking weak, very similar to SPY, very similar to ES. If we break down below this right here, I would say we're looking at a break of structure for sure. So let's keep that. I'd keep an eye out on that. I'd really keep an eye on 32,937. I really keep an eye out on that. That is the area you want to watch. If we happen to be headed down, but below that area, I definitely would. I definitely would consider getting out of a play down here just because of this potential break of structure. Or even when we were down here last time, you see what price did. Price moved all the way up. So I'd watch out for that as far as US 30 is concerned. Let's look at gold real quick. All right, look at that. Yep. This was the trend line we were talking about. We were looking at. All right, we broke up above that yesterday, and we're headed on our way up. I believe that we're gonna be able to hit 1984. Let's see if we can get to 1984. Great book by George Orwell, by the way. Let's see if we can go ahead and reach that direction. Right now, you can see 1973.46. That is a key level on my chart, and you can see right here on the hourly that we're using that as support, and we are fighting to move up. So anyhow, I think that we're gonna be continuing our move to the upside. I think we've found our bottom for the moment here with gold. So we're going to continue to see and watch how this plays out. Let's check out Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin, very strong. There's that trend line. I mean, yesterday we talked about, Bitcoin wedging, and we're going to see which way it breaks. It looks like it broke up. That's a good sign for Bitcoin to the upside. What I would be doing is I would be looking for a continuation, a break above this trend line, taking us all the way at least up to 27,475. That's what I would be looking for, and possibly be getting out of my trade there. Could we be going higher? I got a key level here at 27,710.4. Could we be reaching up that high? I think that's very possible. I think that's very, right now there's some momentum to the upside, so we're gonna have to wait, watch, and see. This trend line is the trend line to watch. But however, if we're weak, and let's say we're not able to, break up above 27,329, and we break back down below this trend line, boy, we might be going a lot lower if that's the case. All right, Guys, thank you so much for spending some time with me. You guys could be watching any YouTube video in the world, but you decided to watch this one here with me. Thank you very much. Guys, feel free to join the free Telegram channel, and just don't forget to trade the setup, trade confident, and don't forget to live life. Take care.